Good morning. It is Monday, June 24th. Vacation day. So I woke up, got things tidied up around the house, just whatever, trash out, dishes in the dishwasher, etc. Just things so that nothing's drawing gnats while I'm gone, basically, and bleached the drains as well. But I got everything packed up in the trunk. I'm gonna go fill up on gas and then head over to Mom's. We'll be headed out to Lake of the Ozarks. Ethan! You awake? Yeah. You excited? Mm-hmm. So getting ready to really set out. We're stopping by Dairy Queen, get a bite to eat before we go.
Are those hot dogs?
No, those are pretzels. It'd be really weird to cover hot dogs in salt like that.
I know, but it looks so much like a hot dog.
Or like a pretzel. So we came to Dairy Queen so that Ethan could eat, because he's allergic to chicken, so he didn't go to Chick-fil-A. And then Ethan decided he didn't want to eat anyways.
And it's all my fault because I didn't ask. I assumed
I was going to blame him
the young man that always is hungry was going to be hungry.
I blame Ethan. Well, I mean, maybe it'd be a lot easier to ask you if you didn't always wear headphones. Just saying. You always have the earbuds in the car instead of socializing. Just driving down the highway for a couple of hours. Ethan's in the back seat with his headphones in, half asleep. Mom's sewing. Weird, but whatever.
Because I
halfway
can't handle
there?
just sitting and doing nothing.
We've arrived. First thing I notice is this, which is really pretty, actually. It's apparently on like a community. It is like church youth retreats would use. So they got this little outdoor seating area with the cross that overlooks the lake. And I'm looking at my little camera screen, and it doesn't do it quite justice, but yeah. We've made it to the lake. We'll check out the house. So we got floor room, big open kitchen with very tall ceilings. They're putting away food. And upstairs, we're putting my brother and nephew in the tiny bunk beds, because it's funny, I guess. There's a room up here with seating and a TV that outlooks that area on the lake. And I'm in here. All my junk's on the... And I also have a big open window that looks out on the lake. There are no curtains on any windows. It will be bright. Do I have... No closet. Alright. And technically more like that way too. Alright. Just kind of piled stuff here. And then I got the big stack of games on the table down there. We're learning our way down to the lake. The ground is loose. Okay, so this is loose, like stones that go down to this little set of stairs. So this is where Mom should sleep.
Yeah.
actually very pretty. Very nice. So Kyle arrived, and now we're all shoved in the back of Mike's truck, and we're gonna go see a cave. I don't know if I have decent low light vision at all on this camera, but we'll find out together.
Turn left onto Lake Branch Road.
What you not smiling about? And we have arrived. See here at the front we have pictures of the inside of the cave. Welcome to Bridal Cave, Missouri, the cave state. I didn't know we were the cave state. I mean, I know we have a lot of caves, but
including the window where we're staying.
But yeah. Bridal Cave at Thunder Mountain Park. They're ready to begin the next tour. They got I don't know how this works, but these come out and can go in the water. Another beautiful look out over the lake. Well, I guess we're going in. Are you ready for this?
Sure.
Wunderbar. Just figured I'd get some shots of the map of the cave in case we get lost or something. Alright. And we're off. That big sign right there would say Bridal Cave if we were on the lake, but we're not. Alright, and we're in a cave.
Right there in front of that one. Head though, and we will meet your tour guide Greg on in the next room.
In fact, just consider that a guideline for the entire time in the cave. Watch your head.
Yeah.
It's a cave.
The cave is only made for short people.
It's actually not made for people. It's pretty.
He's fine. Hey, nobody told him before, so he didn't know he's in it. Hi everybody, my name's Greg. Welcome to Bridal Cave. You're more than welcome to take pictures as we go through or whatever, that's fine. The other thing to mention is we go through, we try not to touch the different formations and stuff. They are what we call living formations. They're still growing. If they get touched a lot, they won't look pretty. They actually won't grow. I will show you when we get about halfway through a place where it was touched a lot, you can see the difference. But there are areas we're going to go through where it's a tight squeeze. You can't get through without touching, like when we came through here. And we understand. If you're going to touch, that's fine to touch through there. It's okay. If you by chance lose your balance or something and you need to catch yourself to keep from falling down, catch yourself. Don't fall down because you're trying not to catch, okay? I'm not laying off our ass or anything. Just in general, we try not to because it will affect how the cave looks and how it grows. Again, welcome to Bridal Cave. Somebody asked me this. I'm going to answer their question now, finally. We got today Bridal Cave. There was a book of Indian romances that came out in the early 1900s. It's no longer in print, but in there was a story called The Legend of Bridal Cave. It's a really neat story. If you've got a couple minutes, I recommend you take time to read it when you're going out to the parking lot, out the door to the parking lot. On the left, there is a wall full of magnets that are for sale, and beside that, there's a poster that has The Legend of Bridal Cave on it. I'm not going to try to tell the whole story. I'm not nearly as cool of a storyteller as what the story is. If you got a couple minutes, take time to read it or snap a picture of it. You can read it on your phone later. It's not very long. Essentially, it tells the story about why the Osage Indians had weddings in here, or that the Osage Indians had weddings in here, and it does refer specifically to this cave, is why we took the name Bridal Cave. We did open as a tour cave in 1948, and we've had almost 3,800 weddings in here since 1948. This is the room we call the Bridal Chapel, where we do have the weddings. The bride and groom will stand in front of this big formation we see here, which is called the pipe organ. And then we can fit 50 or 60 people in here to actually view the wedding. And that's what we do. Now the reason I mentioned the name of this formation is called the pipe organ. The reason that is because, and you can see where they used to do this. If you bang against it, it'll make a big sound. You can hear it all like out across the lake for a ways. You can hear it way back at the cave. And they actually did that on tours and in weddings up through about the mid-1960s. But because of the damage that it's done to it, we have stopped doing that. We don't do that anymore. They probably shouldn't have back then, but they didn't know any better. And we're going to go through the next part. We're going to go through it. It's called the lemon squeeze. It's the part. It's the most difficult part of the cave to get through. We have to kind of squeeze through, then around the corner, and then we go down a flight of stairs. After that, we will stay pretty much level throughout the rest of the cave. It's not as bad as I'm making it sound, but it is kind of a little odd thing to get through. So just be careful. If you've got a touch or whatever to go through there, it's fine. Okay?
I've been through it a bunch of times.
Right.
Mike got through, I can make it.
My 2-bedroom up there.
Below is pretty tall. Oh, God, this is gonna be tight.
Nah.
Remember Beetlejuice, where you flatten him out a piece of paper and you put it through the...
Right. But yes, that point's definitely touching the sides. There's like cave formation forming on the railing. Big stone is building up on the railings itself because they're in the cave and stuff is dripping on them.
I'll get you that. Okay, we got everybody? Yes, I think we do. Okay, there's some more people. Okay, I want to lose you.
Yeah, we got some good stuff. Although because the image flattens that things out, it does not give nearly the perspective of the scale of the cave.
Are there creatures living down here?
We do occasionally see a cave frog or a cave cricket, but not any farther than this one.
No bats?
No bats. They don't like to be around people, and they don't like lights, so we do tours every day. Occasionally we might find one that accidentally found its way in here, but it's really rare. There are 11 other caves in this mountain, and they can sometimes be found in those. They're not nearly as big or as cool as this cave, but so there are bats in the area. Yeah,
Is that what they tell you to tell us?
I've never
Freaked out.
I've been told
She
that
doesn't wanna be at
occasionally
peace.
find one in here,
Yeah.
but I have never actually seen one myself. This is my real quick geology lesson about why this all is. There's different stories about, different caves have different, like some of them have a stream run through them, that stream washes them out and made the cave. We do not have any running water through the cave. We do have water, but we don't have any running water. But at some point or a time, this was all washed out by water. And you can tell it was even full of water because you look up to like this rock wall. That's what happens to rock when it's in the water for a long time. There's different theories to the caves, but most of the caves in the area, they estimate are between 1 and 2 million years old. Exactly where we fall in there, I don't know. But at some time, this was full of water. And the easiest way for me to think about it, the theory like this, you'd think the water table was higher, and over the last couple billion years, the water table was lower. It basically left a big hole in the mountain. And it's kind of filling itself in, making these formations. But you kind of wonder, rock doesn't grow, so why do these rocks grow? I don't really have any little kids on this tour, so I can't talk about this. You all might already know, but I'm going to explain anyway. What happens when it rains? Of course, most of the water around here will run off and on the lake, but a little bit of it will work its way into the ground. Because of the dead plants and stuff that are on the surface, it actually picks up a little bit of carbon dioxide with the water. And as it's going through the ground and the rock and stuff, because of that carbon dioxide, it actually picks up some of the minerals as it goes through. Which around here we have mostly either clay or limestone. When you see real white formations, that's from limestone, or it's the reddish color, whatever you want to call it. is from the clay. Anyway, it picks those up. When it hits the air, when it gets down to the cave and it hits the air, the carbon dioxide is released. And so it deposits minerals that it picked up on the way down. Now when it's coming over the side of a wall, this was like a stone wall, like over here, it's formed, and this is what we call a drapery curtain. And this particular drapery curtain goes all the way back as we go through the cave. You're going to see it on the right-hand side. It was actually measured by Ripley's, believe it or not, in the 1970s, and it is the largest drapery curtain in the United States. It's a big number, about so big, cubic square inches. I don't remember what it is, but it is a very, it's pretty cool. You'll see it as we go back through the cave.
Has every one of those pieces fallen?
They do not break, they don't break naturally. Very rarely. I'm going to show you when we get to the back of the cave where there is a natural break. But no, they're very solid. They're very dense material. They don't break naturally on their own. As we go through the cave and you see pieces that have been broken off, it's been done by humans. Either by us, from the mate, or past, for the tours in here, or by looters and vandals before we were open as a tour cave. But no, they do not. And I mean, even they say in earthquakes, the cave is very insulated and shock absorbed. So it would. They tell me it would be like the safest place to be if there was a big earthquake. I don't know if I'm going to believe them or not, but that's what they say. But if you think, like this big column that we're looking at right here, that's taken hundreds of thousands of years to form. So they don't just break real easy. You know what I mean? Yeah. It wouldn't still be there if they did.
We watched
Yeah.
that, and I don't know if I believe that.
I'll mention, we come back out the same way we came in, so you have another chance to see everything again, coming from the other direction. Yeah, they didn't get them all switched over just a couple of years ago.
I bet it's fun, you're probably worried about breaking stuff off, getting up on a ladder and change the wire.
Not me, because I'm not going to volunteer to do it. But yes, you're right. But the people who go up there and change their experience.
Still the curtain on the side. Oh, feel like we're intersecting with the other tour. Because like he just said, we come back the same way.
Oh my, isn't that sweet? Oh man.
Okay, though.
You can feel on the metal in some areas where it's like the cave is starting to build up on the metal.
This is still the same drapery wall, but these things hanging from the ceilings, if somebody asks about falling on it, the promise won't fall on it, are called stalactites, because they hang tight to the ceiling. Like this is a giant stalactite here. Wow. And then when they drip down and grow up to the ground, they're called stalagmites because they might reach the ceiling. And now let's see who's paying attention. Once they grow together, what are we going to call them?
Call them.
Oh, you got it too fast. Yes. A column. We're going to call them a column. Usually I'm standing there going, what are we going to call them? Together before somebody got it right.
Somebody turned down some lines.
That's the Lord of the Ring guy. The Gollum.
Just a second. Yeah, there, let's just.
I wouldn't want to be in here with it being dark.
Okay.
That's way more fun.
One thing I didn't mention, that process of the water going through, that's a natural filtration process. And although it's very mineral rich, it's actually cleaner than your tap water. You can drink the water and it wouldn't hurt you. And you're going to see examples of how clean the water is.
Trying to go to some cooler part of the cave.
Never see that, I guess. Because it's also a more difficult to access part of the cave. I don't think you're about to fall. Oh. So we have limestone and clay deposits. I knew limestone. I was not familiar with clay becoming a cave structure.
That's a good sized cavern.
This is called the Frozen Niagara.
Frozen Niagara?
Yeah. It's kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Is it like Niagara Falls froze?
Exactly.
You're right, it was self-explanatory.
Oh, I wonder got that waterfall frozen still.
I found that this is the frozen Niagara. It's kind of felt. Look at the whiteboard. This, if you came here before 1990, this was actually the end of the tour. This was as far as the tour of Bridal Cave went. The reason was it's very difficult to get to the back. Now, remember when I was talking about before about we don't want to touch it because it makes it look different and doesn't come back? Now, before 1990, to get to the back part of the cave that we're going to go through, they had to put a ladder up right here. You can see the difference in the coloring. That hasn't been touched in 30 years, but you can see the difference that it made. But they put a ladder up here and crawl across, and you see this plank. There's a little narrow passageway up there that you can crawl through to get to the back of the cave. But it's not exactly very easy to get, wasn't very easy to get back there. And what they did is they did make us a tunnel that we're going to go through now to get us to the back couple of rooms of the cave. As we go through the tunnel, there is another place you look up and you'll see another place where they were coming through across back there. Towards the end of the tunnel, you'll see a little ladder where they came down. Well, it's not really a ladder, but it's what they used as a ladder. You're going to say, I wouldn't want to use that for a ladder when you see it, but that's why we didn't do tours back then. But you can see the difference, and that hasn't been touched for 30 years, and you can tell it hasn't come back to look like the rest of it. So it does make a difference if it is touched a lot, and it's not going to look as pretty for other people in the future if it is. A couple of things before we go through the tunnel. First of all, if you're over about here on me, you're going to have to die. I've tested with people, and this is about the limit. And the rock is very hard on top. If you hit your head, I'm warning you. So be sure to duck. It's worse at the very beginning and at the very end of the tunnel. The other thing is there's these little bitty things we can't really see from down here hanging on the ceiling. They call them soda straws. They're actually skinny. They're actually hollow. If you see something glistening up there, it's them because there's a water drop coming out. Now eventually they will clog up and grow out and become a stalactite. But when they're just beginning, they call them soda straws. They're actually really pretty, and they're hard for us to see in the first half of the cave. But when they get the tunnel, they found a couple of cave pockets, and you can actually see them close up, and they're really kind of cool looking. And you'll see those as we go through. You'll also get to see them more in the back part of the cave. There's some areas where you can see them right close up, and they're really kind of cool too. Cool. Everybody doing okay? Any questions? Good. Okay, just don't. I'm warning you, don't hit your head in the tunnel. It hurts. Trust me, I get it.
Follow the light. Yeah, I would not want to go on the... I would not want to be up there.
That sounds kind of fun.
Okay. Big smooth wall. About to have to duck.
Kevin hit me right down the back of the neck. That was fun.
We're down here.
Oh, that's the soda straws.
Oh wow, yeah. Those are pretty.
Pretty soon they'll be illegal.
Oh yeah, that's very pretty down there. Oh, it's so much here.
Yeah.
Did you look down in there? I got some. I got one. I got two of them. Oh! Hey, look at that.
Oh, there's another one of those boards they were climbing on. Oh, we're going low again.
Oh, there's the way out if it gets bad.
Well, here's real low.
That's crazy.
I mean, not only would I not want to use like that material
I'm going back
ladder,
that way for sure.
but I mean that space trying to crawl through is a very small space.
Look at it.
Oh, but this is pretty.
We're doing 48 degrees. Go back, come down, all sunny after it got raining on us. You went through the rain, and it was like 66 degrees. That's what it was down there.
When we went to Fort Dodge.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was the temperature change was crazy.
We all made it through, no injuries, no bump heads.
No one important.
I'm going to turn that off and then we're going to...
Well, up there's the loft where we can sleep.
There is kind of a natural bridge, yeah, and it is pretty. It's kind of cool. I'm going to talk to y'all a little bit. We've got kind of a big group, and we've got a lot of people that like to take pictures, I've noticed. And the next two rooms are really kind of small if I try to squish everybody in there and talk to you. Okay. We're going to go through. This room is actually, they call the parlor room. It was rather difficult to get back this far. And I guess it's the area where people would stop and rest or whatever before they went farther back. Or maybe it might be their goal and they stopped and rest here before they went back out or whatever. But that's why they call it parlor room. The interesting part of it is this area up here, which is they call Grandma's kitchen. It's got a lot of the soda straws and stuff. Pre-answered, no, I don't know why that one's like that, but yes, it is pretty cool. I get that question almost every tour, so I just answer it. And right up here, that is our longest soda straw. And it's like almost 3 feet long, I think, if I remember right, but it's pretty long. And then it's kind of like a little, they call it a natural bridge, but it's a little bridge up there. It's kind of cool. It will look cooler when we go through, we're going to go through this little tunnel, and when we get to the other side and you look back this way, it is a gorgeous view. I highly recommend when we go through and look back, and you'll see it again as we come in. Okay, we're going to go through here, and the next room is what we call the big room, although there's not very much floor space. There's just a lot of neat stuff up here. When you look up, you can look back this way, it's just a beautiful view, and then when you look back up the other way, that's where you're going to see the natural break that I told you about, and it's one of those huge columns with a chunk out of the center of it. And what it is, those are very heavy. And that one is actually sitting on top of clay, and it pressed the clay down, caused a crack, and it broke out of it. It's very rare that you see one that's broke like that, so it's kind of cool. And that actually, we call that our wedding cake formation. And this is gorgeous if you look back the other way. Absolutely a gorgeous view.
Oh, and that's the natural bridge.
That I was talking about. They also, and it looks kind of more like it here. This is still the same drapery wall, but sometimes they call this cave bacon. If you've ever heard of mention cave bacon. Okay, let's go see the lake. What you're going to do, when we get up there, I'm going to warn you, there is a chain link fence around the platform. Don't drop anything over that chain link fence. You're not getting it back if you do. When you see over it, you're going to understand why I said that. Okay? And down there, it's a lake. What you're going to end up seeing is a lake, and the lake is entirely enclosed in the cave. It's not. There's no outlet for it. It's no stream. There's no current in it. There's no fish in it. There's no algae in it. There's no life in it. It's kind of like your water table sitting there. It's one way you can think about it. Okay. You will, and what I will point out to you, there's a ladder, and we don't know if it's a boat or a raft they were trying to make. If somebody tried to make back here, we've carbon dated it to like the mid-1800s, but there's no verbal or written history to know who brought it back or why. That's why we call it Mystery Lake. Basically, we will be halfway in the cave. To go farther back, you have to take a raft back on the lake.
There's the one that's like going to throw away and just stay there.
I'll do this.
That's kind of the beginning of it there. You can see how clear the water is.
These are very awkward stairs. That is very pretty.
The water is always 50 degrees, so you don't necessarily want to go swimming in it. It's like our cave temperature is always 60 degrees. Ooh. See why I said don't drop anything over there? That's pretty cool, huh? Like I said, they more about halfway through the cave. This area here.
We must be at the end.
Yeah.
Now at the end, do we turn around and come back?
Yeah. When the lights are no longer on, we stop. Walking our way back after seeing that lake. It's pretty cool. Definitely making me think for adventure design. Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that lake the most.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Kind of nasty too, but I mean, I don't know.
We stayed a sandwich.
Mom was saying you've
It'd be good for several
done
more hours.
spelunking.
Whenever. What?
Mom said you've done spelunking with your scuba.
Yeah, that's where I got certified as a kid. But it's like this, really clear water.
Yeah.
Cave water, so kind of cool. You can see forever in there. Like further than I could see in any ocean or anything. Like I could see.
There's nothing there.
I could see something like 120-foot visibility or something like that.
And this is the room he said to meet back
Got a lot
in.
of stuff in there, you know.
Yeah. Hence.
No fish or anything. They put stuff in there to kind of like down there to kind of look cool, I guess, but mining equipment. Sometimes they'll crash a plane. I don't think they'll crash in there, but sometimes it,
Yeah.
something.
What do y'all think?
Nice.
Where we all from?
St. Louis.
No, they came up here.
And seems we made it out alive. I mean, I may be speaking a little soon, but I mean, I see the sunlight, so I figure we'll make it.
He said a curse word.
No, I said feck. Oh. F-U-C-K.
You're going to sit up.
All right, goodbye, Larry. Oh, that was fun. Let's go in the gift shop. Is it open? What's this down here?
No, I'm sure they don't like selling stuff.
Is it cooler here?
I'm gonna be out here for a minute. I gotta warm up.
Man, thank you. Now, don't tell anybody how wonderful Omaha is. Stay that way. All right. Hey, that one's good. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh, some big old fish right there on the.
He says they're part. I thought they were catfish, but he says they're.
Oh no, those aren't.
Because they're the junk eaters. Always at the surface, the junk eaters.
A lot of fish hanging out under the no fishing sign.
They can't read. How would they know?
I figured it out. That's why we don't die.
And if anyone was interested in the legend of Bridal Cave,
The Griswolds.
you can pause and look. Oh, looking at people's old wedding photos in that cave from the 70s.
Seems like it.
Now I know what the things outside with the.
Explain it.
Well, out there was like the running water, and there were the trays. It's because you could buy dirt with stones in them, and so you clean it yourself. Sluice bags. Huh?
I'll probably frame that one.
Yeah, we look alright.
Huh?
Yeah, we look alright.
Everybody looks nice.
So while we're in like a new area, an area we're not in often, I feel we ought to try something new to eat. So we're going to Wobbly Boots. You know, try something new. Some, I guess, probably local place. I ain't never heard of it nowhere else before, but I feel welcome here.
You want to eat outside?
No, I don't.
Why not?
Because there's like bugs and stuff.
No, there's not.
That's where they live.
There's like bugs and stuff.
Yeah, that's where they live.
Like exactly.
But first I gotta grab my worms out of the bride.
Okay.
Very country.
We got my dessert. We got my dessert this week.
Smells good.
Kyle's week. And I guess they do. So we got Wobbly Boots Roadhouse. So I'm trying to figure out, what to get here, and I'm like, I kind of feel like a burger, but like feeling like I should get barbecue because I'm clearly at a barbecue place. But they got me covered here. They got a Beale Street Burger, which is their tribute to the South. It's topped with their pulled pork and coleslaw. So I get like, problem solved. So Mike got like burnt ends and stuff. Mom got way more ribs than she could ever eat. I got brisket. Ethan got pulled pork, and I have not gotten any food yet. No food for me. There it is. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So mine is not a pulled pork sandwich. It's a burger with pulled pork on top of it. Yeah. I get to try both.
Bye guys, thank you.
Yeah, it was good. I don't really know if it was the burger or the pork or what, but Grinch just drenched everything in their barbecue sauce and poured the coleslaw over the burger as I ate, and it was very good. But quite stuffed. Heading back to the lake house. So yeah, if ever you're in the Osage Beach, I think, area, the Ozarks, Wobbly Boots barbecue. So I got Betrayal at Baldur's Gate, not this recent auction, but the prior one. So I do the rule book, and we're finally gonna play that. I think it's probably just me, Mom, and Ethan, because Kyle's got work he's got to do. So still, should be fun. So
rabbit hole.
So we're making our way around, and I mean, Ethan's the only. You got nothing. Your movement heads. So Ethan's the only one that's trying any omens. Hunt's not began yet. He has a couple of items. Mom has 4 items. I have no items. I've been vastly damaged by things. I have gone out of my way to do all of my, like, the spots of end here to gain a stat, and pretty much lost all but knowledge, which is the one that already started out at the best. My might is on death's door. It's your turn. What fun stuff do you get this time?
Makes me sad for you.
No, it's fine. I'll just be wandering around the alley, fighting the rogue air elemental, whatever.
If I go here,
It's a street.
street.
Yeah, a street. So at the waterfront, you'll draw an event. Typically, when she draws an event, it's something that hurts me as well. So we'll see.
Okay, so the street has
No.
to match a building there?
No. You have to match one of the doors to the door you just came from.
Doesn't have to be the same color.
It doesn't have to be the same color. Do you want your next move to go to a building or a street?
Probably a building.
Then make the red one that face this side. And now draw an event card.
Lost and found. Lack Dougal told you this is where he hid the loot from the Temple of Gond. That poison needle ended his career, so the treasure is free for the taking, if you can find it. Place a square treasure chest token on this tile. Any adventurer who ends their turn here may dig for the treasure by attempting a knowledge roll. Does that mean me too?
Yeah, make a knowledge roll. And that card is going to stay near the tile like the slime did. And
Okay, so what's a knowledge roll?
what is your knowledge?
Oh, there's one on here. 5.
So you roll 5 dice. For 8, you
8.
better have succeeded. What is?
8. Okay, so it says 6+, you find the treasure. Draw the top 2 cards of the item deck and keep one. Discarding the other, remove the treasure chest token.
So that's what you get. You get your choice of 2 items.
1 of 2.
1 of 2.
Yeah.
Okay. One is the potion of invisibility and one is the potion of healing. The invisibility.
Healing sounds good to me. I'd take healing, but you know the situation I'm in.
Once per game, when you take any amount of damage, you may ignore that damage instead. This omen
Protective
can't be
giant
dropped, traded, or
fly?
stolen.
Is it a figurine of wondrous power?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a companion. The small ebony statuette, shaped like a fly, fits in the palm of your hand.
But you now have 4.
Let's see. Let's hope they're all nothing.
3? Yeah. No haunt.
The shackles immediately latch onto your legs. Bummer.
Does it say bummer?
Lose 1 speed. That's a good. It says lose 1 speed, gain 1 speed if you lose control of the dimensional shackles. Whenever you make an attack against an adventurer on your tile and you win, you may give the defender this card instead of inflicting damage. This omen can't be dropped or stolen, but it can be given as above. It can also be traded as long as both players agree. It says make a haunt roll now.
Yep. There are 5 haunts now. So, 5 omens now. So roll 5 dice.
Yikes.
Am I going to be in big trouble now?
We'll see.
If you started, it's
0. 0.
All 5 and I got 0? What are the odds ever you would roll 5 die and end up with 0?
Each die, a 0 is 1 out of 3.
With normal die, your chances would be 0.
So 1 in 3 chance on each die, there's 5, so you can do the math.
oh.
Mean lot. I have a mean lot companion. A strange, horrid, fey creature lurks in the shadows, filling your mind with terror. Gain 2 speed. When you take physical damage, you must apply it as mental damage instead. Lose 2 speed if you lose control of the mean lock. This omen can't be dropped, traded, or stolen. Make a haunt roll now.
So your speed goes up by 2, it says.
Mm-hmm.
You'd increase that.
Okay.
And there are now 6 omens out, so you roll 6 dice. I've set them in front of you.
I don't even know what I'm going for. Lots or none?
Depends.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't matter because that's over 6. The haunt begins.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Oh.
So you will take the trader's tome and you will open to page 1.
Is she the trader?
No, but you open to page 1. That's
On
probably
top?
page 2. Page 1. There we go. Now, along one side, you're going to find a list of rooms, and you're looking for the House of Blood. And on the other side, you're looking for the Mean Lock.
Okay, so
House of Blood.
I found the House of Blood.
And then and go across till you find the row for the Mean Lock.
What's got its own house?
And then see where they intersect?
Yep.
Okay, it says 18.
Okay. And now do you want me just to do it? Okay. At the bottom, it says 18 is the adventurer with the Were-Rat event card or the Haunt Revealer. Does anyone have the Were-Rat event card? I do not believe I've seen that. Okay. So then it is the Haunt Revealer. You are the trader.
With
So,
all this stuff, I'm the bad guy?
yep.
That's probably.
Hey, I'm your ally.
Hey, I'll help you out.
Good, because I've got like
I don't think having
nothing.
a good person.
No,
It makes her well prepared.
Yeah,
But I'm
'cause she's
the
gonna
bad
have to
It makes her
guy.
a dangerous enemy for us to have to fight.
Yeah.
So I
Like a
will
pattern
explain
is
some
great.
stuff to you, and then you will go off and you will read stuff on your end, and we'll
I'm
read ours.
typically not a good bad guy. I don't like to rock the boat.
Too
Okay,
bad.
you're the one good guy, and me and Adam are the bad guys.
Yeah. So as we've begun working with the haunt. Mom is very used to having our help, and this is a game where
Very hard not to
where
have
she
it,
now
too. I
has
gotta
to
figure
basically
it out.
keep. It's all based on secrets and such. So as she is the traitor, she's on her own and trying to figure it out. Now, so that makes it difficult for her, but she has an array of useful tools at her disposal.
That's
so
probably just make things more
that's a
confusing for
benefit.
her.
Yeah.
It's just a lot. It's a lot to deal with.
Take your time.
Turning a citizen. If you have collected a number of NPC tokens equal to half, make sure I calculated this right, equal to half the starting adventurers rounded down, so that means 1 plus 1. You've won, right? So 2, I win? Okay. If you win, when your prey is that delightful combination of slow and delicious, you know you are living the dream. Now with all your newfound and well-fed were-rat friends, why not make the Baldur's Gate your new warren? All it takes is a bite, and you've got another addition to the family. Out with the humans, in with the rats.
Mom won.
Oh, that was so stressful to be the bad guy.
We almost had a plan of bringing that guy around.
Yeah, we were trying to, but we had to get 2 out. And once she like right away turns one of them into a were-rat, I was like, I don't know if we can do it.
Yeah, I didn't really remember.
That was
if
really
she had to get all
fun,
of them.
though. I think I
It's a different. It's a different game, just about every
You're
time.
the good guy.
Huh?
Thought you were the good
Yeah,
guy.
you're the one good guy.
Yeah, the were-rats were the good guy because she didn't want to be the villain.
This was the rat's home, and we were invading it. So you helped the
I mean-
rats get their home back.
Really, the deity of murder was trying to take over the city, but
Well,
that's who she was working for.
It's the
You
deity
know,
of peace, and we interrupted the peace, entering the rat's
peace and
home.
murder.
Well, I mean, it was still challenging, but I was glad I was able to figure it out. You still had to help me. I was.
Yeah, but with very limited information. I was helping you with this is how a monster works
Okay.
and such. So, but yeah, so did you like that?
Very fun. Yeah.
And this one is one that is different many
Yeah,
times
well,
that you play.
Just what's
Yeah, there are 50 different haunts. So there's 50 different options, and obviously if you end up being on the hero side of it on the same haunt, it's still going to be a different feeling game.
Yeah.
I never had any stuff. I mean, I had some nightmares about Ravenloft, but that was it. I didn't get any things.
I was
At
gonna
all.
try and get to you and give you stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you an item that gave you knowledge.
Knowledge was what I have. Knowledge is what I was good at. I mean, I can
give
attack
you-
with it.
Yeah, and that's why I can give you more
Yeah.
knowledge, and it's helpful.
Yeah.
More than me when I had 5.
Yeah. It's just about midnight. It's just super late for me, but we had fun. I had fun playing games with them. They had curtains here, they just weren't up, so used little pins, like sewing pins Mom had, and have curtains over the windows or the spare mattress over that one. And yeah, so just kind of throwing things together here to be able to go to bed, have a nice place to sleep. I say that, but I've sat on this bed, and it is very hard, so we'll see how well I sleep. But I've already kind of told him, I was like, I'm probably just gonna be leaving sometime tomorrow. But it's fun. It's a fun day with family. Cool cave. Cool, some nice food. It was fun. But it's late and I'm very tired. So thank you for joining me, and join me as my journey continues.